NRL fever has taken over the city of churches, with Adelaide tonight playing host to the State of Origin opener between New South Wales and Queensland. South Australian fans hope the match will revive interest in rugby league in a state that's traditionally been an AFL stronghold.
It's play on, it's been towed ahead, the race is on. Tamani, did he get there first? It's a try, I think.
It's been a quarter of a century since Adelaide boasted a national rugby league team. When the Rams first took the Super League by storm in the late 90s, they brought in bigger crowds than some of the more established East Coast clubs.
And Kerrod Walters dives through the gap.
Captain Kerrod Walters remembers it as an exciting time for the city and the code.
I still remember our first game at the Adelaide Oval, as it was named back then. There was 27,000 there. It was a really good atmosphere.
But the Rams struggled to put wins on the board, and their poor performance was reflected in dwindling crowd numbers. At the same time, rugby league was going through a major transformation as the Super League merged with the ARL to form the NRL.
When the two warring parties got back together, they decided that they had to reduce the number of teams from 22 down to 16. And unfortunately, the Rams were a victim of that. They were owned by News Limited. So that was an easy fix. They just said, you're out.
In 2020, rugby league returned to test the waters, and this year again, Adelaide plays host to the State of Origin opener. With Origin excitement in the air and a hunger for expansion, local rugby league representatives say there's a solid case to relaunch an Adelaide team.
With the right funding and the right support from the NRL and potentially a backer, of course the opportunity is there. Do we have the support here? Absolutely.
The Dolphins have joined the league and the hunt is on for an 18th club. Debate surrounds Papua New Guinea or a second team in New Zealand. Adelaide fans, who call themselves the Jumbuck Army, are petitioning to bring back the Rams.
If we get 1,000 signatures, we'll take it to Parliament, and then the government said they're behind us, as long as we can get the support behind it.
To be called the National Rugby League, I believe we need to have teams in Adelaide and Perth. And maybe, like the AFL did, maybe a couple of city teams might need to merge and create teams out of Adelaide and Perth.
Peter Doherty, SBS World News.